So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today we are doing heart opening. This is something that within my Facebook group, I always ask people, what do you want to learn? What do you want to give attention to? And someone said heart opening. So that is what we're doing today. The heart, if you don't already know, produces, oh, and the person who asked for this class is just coming on now, Sarah. Welcome, Sarah. So yes, the heart produces the greatest electromagnetic field within the body. Okay, this is like, you could think of it like an internal electrical current, right? This powerful electrical activity is reverberating within the body, creating, I like to think of it like, it's creating happy, healthy cells, and it radiates outward, right? Affecting our external environment, affecting everyone we come into contact with. So the energetic health of our hearts then is really, really key, right? With every heartbeat, with every breath we take, with every literal expansion, which some of the exercises we do today will be dealing with that literal physical expansion of the heart and the chest area. Right? And the more we're able to open that energetically, physically, emotionally, our joy will grow, our love will grow, and that field itself will extend and become more fierce, more vibrant. Okay, so in this class, we're going to learn heart opening techniques that will tend to this field within and without from a physical standpoint, and also the energetic heart as well for self-care and care for others. Okay, so I'd like to begin first just by talking about our actual heart. Okay, so the heart is one of the most important organs in the body, physiologically, emotionally, and we credit our heart to being that emotional center, right? But the heart also is pumping blood throughout our entire body. Right? And this blood is carrying oxygen and nutrients, right? Amino acids, electrolytes, this sort of thing to every part of our body. And it's also getting to remove carbon dioxide, metabolic waste, right? Just like surplus toxic stuff, admit, welcome. And that's like sulfates, nitrogen compounds, phosphates, etc. Right? So from every part of our body that is also being released. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This makes up our circulatory system, right? It's not just our heart, it's also our lungs, right? Heart is receiving that deoxygenated blood. It's cleansing it through the lungs. And then this yummy oxygenated blood is sent throughout our body, right? So physiologically, the heart is a muscle, right? So this muscle has 4 chambers. It has 2 upper chambers and 2 lower chambers. The upper chambers are the right and the left atria, and the lower chambers are the right and the left ventricle, right? Atria is just plural for atrium, right? So that right atrium is receiving that not so good oxygen poor blood, right? It's then pumped to the lungs. The lungs get to refresh the blood with fresh oxygen and send it back to the heart via the left atrium and the left ventricle, okay? I think this is important to know. I wanted to hurry up and get it out at the beginning just because I think we also always want to look at, especially when we're dealing with something like the heart, to look at it from an anatomical standpoint, from a physiological standpoint, and not just that emotional standpoint, because both must be healthy, right? Both are true, right? So it's important, at least generally, that we know what the heart consists of. And especially because we're going to do reflexology, I want you to really think of it, especially those of you who are reflexologists, think very, very specifically, right? We're not just working the heart reflexology area. We're working the parts of the heart that contribute to the larger cardiovascular system, the circulatory system, okay? So the heart in your body, simply take your hand and place it on your heart, right? You're going to feel your sternum there. This is the palm of the hand, and go ahead and make a fist. This is about how big your heart is, You'll notice it's a little bit larger on this side, the left side of the body, and a little bit less on the right. So it's right midline between your chest or your breast area. The intention as we look at the reflexology area suppressed in the hands and feet is to acknowledge that this is where it is and this is where we will address it in the hands and feet. I'm gonna get my little feet. So if you could reach your feet, please do your feet. If not, we'll do the hands as well. Okay, so these are your feet. In reflexology, and it's not important, intention is more important than specificity, although you know, if you know me and my teaching, I'm very, very specific. But for those of you who are not reflexologists, it's okay to just marry that intention, welcome, with the work that you're doing, okay? So the heart is more on the left-hand side of the body, so you're gonna see it more here, okay? You're gonna see it more on this side, right under this big toe, right where a bunion might be, right? On the ball of the foot, more here and a little bit over here too. And remember, I was talking about the right and the left atria, left and right ventricle. So you're really going to be detailing that area, acknowledging that these are the parts of the heart that are sending, that are receiving the deoxygenated blood, cleansing it through the lungs, and then sending that beautiful, yummy, oxygenated blood throughout the body. So to work this area, you're simply going to use a pressure technique, right? You can do it just like a press and hold, or you can do it like a thumb walking. That means that if you have your foot and it's in your lap like this, you would take your hand and begin to work across that whole area. In thumb walking, we hold the back side of whatever we're working on, and we simply bend at the thumb joint. So it's kind of straight between here and here, and I'm almost to the tip of my thumb. In order for me to traverse this area, I'm just gonna unbend a little and then bend again. Unbend, bend again, unbend, bend again. Not going into extension or pressing in that way, really pressing on the tip of the finger. Welcome, Nadine. And that's how you're gonna traverse the heart reflexology area in the feet. You'll work this side, right? It's mostly on the left, and you're gonna work the right. You're also going to address the lungs, because it's not just cardiovascular, it's also the, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. Welcome, Nadine. You're also going to be working the lungs because they're partners in crime, right? So you can then begin to traverse this area, knowing that you're also gonna get the bronchi, right? The tubes that carry that oxygen from the trachea or the windpipe, right? They go into the bronchioles, which are those beautiful branches. I'll show you a picture in a second. And the alveoli, which are the tiny little sacs that are also within the lungs. So you're gonna detail the heart. I almost said brain, and I always talk about the heart brain because we do have a brain in three places, right? Our head, our heart, and our gut. So we can really detail that heart, go across, detailing the lungs, really detail it by going up and down between the metatarsal heads and then across. In the hands, piece of cake, same thing. This is like the ball of the hand. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you so I can hear you. Welcome. So you're gonna be going across in this way to get those lungs, and also upward and downward to get the heart. Okay, so this is how, from a reflexology perspective, we're gonna be looking at heart health, right? And we are talking heart opening today, right? And we consider that more of an emotional way of perceiving or looking at the heart. But again, it's really important that physically, the heart is operating optimally, okay? So that's from a reflexology perspective. That's your first self-care tool. You're going to add an acupressure point. The heart in acupressure is actually located in where the spleen is in the reflexology map. So the acupressure point for the heart is right here. It's going to be the left hand between the 4th and the 5th digit, down a little. And right in the body, it's right on that outside, the lateral aspect of that stomach area. And you're just gonna press and hold there, always holding the back side, and you can even do a little pressure on both. So go ahead and try that now. Knowing that from a reflexology perspective, you're addressing your spleen, so important for the immune system, right? It's helping to eradicate those damaged red blood cells, store the white blood cells. From an acupressure perspective, we're addressing the heart. And you could go ahead and release that. So now you have reflexology and acupressure. And now we're going to move into continuing to look at it physiologically, but starting to adopt kind of this more emotional way of perceiving the heart and heart health. So we're going to do 3 Taoist exercises. The first is the southeastern exercise. It's something you would do standing. I'm not going to stand because I don't have a lot of space, but it's very easy to describe, and you can try it now if you have the space. You're going to be standing. You could start facing east. The sun rises right about here for me, so I'm facing the east. It's a southeastern exercise, which means you're going to be facing southeast. So if this is east, to my left is north, to my right is south. So I'm literally going to put my body in a position between the east and the south, and now I'm facing southeast. From here, standing, feet hip width apart, all I'm going to do is simply rise to my toes and then go back down again. So if you're standing and trying it, go ahead and go to the ball of the feet, hold on to something if you'd like, and go back down again, and raise to the ball of the foot, and back down again. And you're doing this 7 times. And this is really going to address the circulatory system, the heart, and the lung health. Okay. Next up is called the arm, well, they call it an arm massage, or the heart constrictor meridian, or the pericardium meridian. And you're addressing it using the palm of your hand. So you can start at your heart like we did when we were locating it. And you're simply going to brush this area, go on the inside of the arm, and go out that tiny finger. And you're going to do both sides and out this tiny finger. Right? So left hand to right shoulder, down the inner arm. And you repeat this 12 times. So again, you're brushing from the shoulder, or you can start at the heart and then go to the shoulder, inner arm, and out the small pinky. Also knowing that intention is really important, right? So it's not just the act of doing something, you're thinking about your heart health. You're thinking about nurturing that heart space, right? Opening up, making sure that everything is functioning properly, but that also there's this kind of expansion that is happening with every touch you make. And lastly is something that you can do. We're going to do it sitting, but you can do it lying down. Also facing the sun is really nice. First thing in the morning, really good. Referred to as the crane. All you have to do is place your dominant hand on your lower belly or your navel. You're going to inhale, allowing your tummy to get large and expand. And then as you exhale, you're going to press using the palm of your hand into that area to really depress it and allow it and imagine it to be releasing all the toxins and the things you no longer need. Right? So with your hand on your belly, you take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, you press and release, acknowledging that you're releasing all the toxins, the built up waste, anything you no longer need, physiologically and emotionally. And you would do this 12 times. So do it 2 more. Inhale. Welcome. And then exhale, you're going to release and press down into that stomach region, allowing all the toxins, anything you no longer need, to be released. And one more time for good measure. The tummy is big, and as you exhale, you press and push it down. And release that. So I am a huge fan of Taoist exercises. I find them so simple, right? You're just using an exterior part of your body, like your palm, to press or rub gently over an area that you want to give attention to. This can be your liver, it could be your pancreas. Today, it's our heart, right? So I created a little exercise kind of with like the Taoist internal exercise in mind. And what you're going to do is you're going to begin with your fingertips facing your heart. Right? What I'd like you to do is when you inhale, you're going to puff up your chest and allow your hands to come out, palms open. and your neck open, release, and your head to the ceiling. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna inhale. And you're gonna exhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna kind of round your back, allow those fingertips to touch your heart and cave in, looking down. And then again, inhale up to the sky. And exhale. We're literally doing heart opening here, right? And again, inhale, puffing up the chest, right? Sending out that beautiful current, that electrical current out into the world. And then returning back to center and inward, right? This return to center, it's like you cannot give love until you've given self-love, right? So this return to center, think about that return to self-love, to coming very close to yourself, quite deep within. And then once you have that all stored up and charged, that's when we release it back out to the world and to others. Okay, so 2 more times. We exhale. Inhale on your own time. Exhale. Inhale. And return to center. Okay. Now you can do this in a more passive way if you're lying down, right? You could take a blanket and make it so you just roll it up so it becomes like a bolster. That would be just as long as your spine. And allow it to have it on the ground and place your sacrum at the base and roll back down so the entirety of your spine is over this rolled, soft blanket bolster thing. And with that, you have your arms outstretched to the side and you simply lay there, if possible, for 5 to 10 minutes, knowing and allowing yourself to feel the expansiveness and the beauty of the heart when it's in an open state. This is a very vulnerable place. So when we do it in yoga classes sometimes, but if you could do this at your house, just knowing that you're so safe to be that open, to be that vulnerable, right? And allow yourself to be there for 5 to 10 minutes or as long as you need. If you want to make it more active, if you're that kind of person that wants to feel the heart opening in a more physical way, you can literally place your palms underneath your buttocks. So the palms are on the ground and your elbows are on the ground. And you literally arch your back. This is called fish pose in yoga. You arch your back. And again, just like we did with this exercise, you're going to open your chest and the neck and the head is going to go back. Okay, so that's the fish pose. And I'll open for questions in a moment if that's unclear in any way, because I know I'm not able to show you that one. Okay, but the elbows are on the ground, the palms are on the ground underneath your butt, and you're basically arching your back and allowing this expansion to take place. And your head, even like the back top of your head, is on the floor. And you're opening in this way, right? So now you have a way to do it at your computer in between Zoom meetings or whatever you have to do on your computer. You have this that you can open and close, right? That heart. You can do it in a more passive way with the blanket and lying with your arms to the side, 5 to 10 minutes. Also great to do intermittently throughout your day, right? And then lastly, doing the fish pose if you're somebody who likes to do things that feel more active, okay? Next up, we're going to do a mudra. And I'm always saying, oh, mudras are so simple. It's so great that you could just do this thing with your hands. And, you know, it can ignite so much within us. This is probably the hardest mudra. So we're going to do it now. But it is I feel that there are mudras that are good for the heart. There are a few of them. But this one for me is just, I love it so much. And it's not that hard. We just have to learn how to do it. Okay, so we start in prayer, for instance, right? You're going to then, with that right hand, go ahead and place it behind the left hand. So now the dorsum, the back part of your hands are together. You're in a reverse prayer, okay? Then you're going to place the right pointer finger behind the left pointer finger, all right? So I'm doing that. Then I'm going to take my middle finger and put my right one behind the left one, all right? So I'm going like this. I'm just doing that. So again, the right pointer curled around the left, the right middle finger curled around the left middle finger. And finally, the pinky also right behind the left. And then you got these fingers that are open. You have the ring finger and the thumb, and they meet, touching, okay? So this is the mudra you are going to be doing today, right? Abhaya Hridaya Mudra. So again, here, here, here. Those three fingers are placed together. And then we meet the tips of the middle finger and the thumb, and you place it at the level of your heart. And you can lower your gaze or you can close your eyes and just take a few breaths here. You're acknowledging that this is the heart opening mudra. We place it at the level of the heart to deepen that expression. And now from here, I'd like you to add the Bij mantra or the seed mantra. It's Yam for the heart, right? So along in the chakra system, or at least the 7 chakra system, each chakra has a sound. It's a 1-syllable sound that you can say again and again, aloud or in your head. I'd like you to do it with this mudra, okay? So again, you put your fingers together and you meet the tips of the ring finger and the thumb. The sound is, it's spelled Y-A-M, pronounced yang or yam, whatever feels best for you. Traditionally, it's pronounced yang. That ya, that Y begins at the soft palate, right? So it goes yang, 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 yang. So I'd like you to try it. I'm going to be quiet so we could all do it together. And go ahead and create that rhythm, that mantra, again and again, always with the intention in mind that you're opening the heart, right? The sound itself is heart opening, okay? So on your own time, repeating this seed mantra again and again. And go ahead and release that. If you find that this hand mudra hurts you in any way or is too difficult to do, I encourage you to continue to try to do it, but you could also do Anjali, right? You could also just bring your hands in prayer and then from here, repeat your seed mantra. And that's just as good. So I'd like to open for questions. I want to know if there's anything that I can make clearer or any illuminations that you might have had today. Any questions? How's it going? If you don't want to be seen, I'll put this on the YouTube channel and also the Facebook page. So if you don't want to be seen, just go ahead and you can get rid of your video. But if you have a question, what are your questions? I can't see everybody, so I'll try to just look above real quick. Or just unmute yourself. How's it going? I feel like maybe this is good. If you're quiet, maybe it makes sense. Can I get some thumbs up? Is it clear? Okay, I got a thumbs up, good. I got a thumbs up, good. All right, yeah, I got a nod. Jan, did you have a question?
Oh, it was good.
Oh, good, okay. Yes, and a thumbs up, Brandon, thank you. Maribel, gracias, okay, good. I like it. Maria, did you have a question? I saw you unmuted.
No, I just want to say that it feels very strong just to hold it the way you do. It just, I don't know, something very strong bring to the hands and to this area. So I like it. It feels also like a flower in the hands. So thank you. I really like it. I'm going to use it.
I love that. Yes. Yeah. And when you do it, you could also envision that chakra is like a 6-pointed star. So as you're holding it, right, as you're doing this mudra and you're holding it, you could be doing your yang, right, sound again and again, and envision that heart just pulsating and all those 6 points, right, opening and extending and growing with every breath you take in.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Maria. Mariana, do you have a question or an illumination?
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I find that my index finger hurts a lot right now from that pose. And did I do it wrong? I mean, it's the right, no, you put back to back, and then it's the right curling around the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but then you said join the middle finger with the thumb, but I already had it wrapped around. Or was it the ring finger?
The ring finger, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, I held it, and as long as you held it. And then when yang, that's the word, yang. Okay. But when I release my fingers, they hurt. My index finger hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean?
Yeah. So whenever there's pain, I think of pain is like the great indicator, right? When something is painful, it means something's out of balance. So it probably means that this needs more attention. I feel like pain is like a little kid that's like, pay attention to me. And so all you do is like pick her up and hold her, right? Maybe feed her. So it's the same with your fingers. You can, from a reflexology perspective, just kind of like, do a reflexology technique, or even just rub that area, right?
Yeah, rubbing it. It's below the knuckle toward the hand, palm, where it hurts the most. And it's mostly the left side.
Beautiful.
The left hand.
So here you have your neck reflexology area, right? At the base of all. So there might be an imbalance at the level of your neck. And also right as you move down into this area, we see the heart. So give it attention by touching it. That's how we listen in reflexology. We touch it.
Thank you. Okay, that's good.
Good. Thank you. And anyone else? Jan, yes.
I just found out my fingers weren't very flexible.
Yeah. I mean, isn't it a great stretch though? Like there's something about, especially the harder mudras, it gives us an opportunity to know where we're not flexible. Like we might not even have realized. I had a class this morning and I was doing a stretch and I was like, I had no idea my thighs were that tight. I was like, what was I doing the last 5 days that I had no idea? Like, we don't know until we start to like do stuff.
Right.
I love it. Yay. Yes. Cabernet, you had a question. Or were you giving me a high five? You could unmute yourself if you do. I will very, very quickly, I'm going to share my screen because remember I said I wanted to show you where the heart area was in the reflexology. So I'm going to show you that really quick and we're going to be done in about 2 minutes. So here we go. All right, so you can see it like that. Okay, so this is my reflexology map. Some of you might already have it. It's in my ebook, right? It's actually a full map, but I wanted you just to focus on, remember how I was saying the heart is a little bit more on the left side. We have the atria and the ventricle here. And then this is the bronchial, right? This is the windpipe where we're getting that air that's coming in. So when you detail that ball of the foot or the ball of the hand, we'll call it, I want you to be really cognizant of how detailed you can be. How incredibly, I always think of the body like a Mandelbrot set or a fractal. It's like we have all those branches extend like a fractal. They extend and extend and extend. So really when you're detailing that area, be very aware of here. And then the spleen, this is the spleen reflexology area. In acupressure, this is going to be your heart reflexology point. Okay, that's between the 4th and 5th, right? In that upper arch of the foot. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. Yay. Oh, hello, I see a face. Oh, I just love seeing faces. Whenever somebody makes did you have a question, Nadine?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Good. Hi. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm doing this on my phone. So all of these things are very, very small. So I'm wondering if the Facebook, I'll be able to go back and figure out which fingers touched which. And
Yes. I'm going to put it on Facebook and then it's going to be on my YouTube channel too. So you could access it either way.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
you.
All right, you guys, I'm going to end with reading you something, and then we're going to end for today so you can move into your Monday. So I'm going to, if you want, you can go ahead and try that mudra again. If it hurts too much right now, just do Anjali, just do your prayer, right? Hands in prayer. If you can, go ahead and try that mudra again, right? The pointer finger is wrapped, middle finger wrapped, pinky's wrapped, and then you join the ring finger and the thumb. Place at the level of your heart, lower your gaze or close your eyes. And I'm gonna read you something. I usually do Louise Hay. Today we're gonna do Ina Segal. Her book is The Secret Language of Your Body. And I'm gonna read you a few of these that will say aloud as your hands are in this position, your eyes are closed or lowered, and just allow yourself to hear these words. Dear heart, I want you to know how important you are to me. You work endlessly to keep me alive. You give me the opportunity to feel deeply, to experience love, joy, happiness, and to appreciate my life. I would like to say a deep, profound thank you for the magnificent work that you do. Divine healing intelligence, please intensify my ability to listen to my heart's wisdom and follow its guidance. Allow my heart to open to love, to kindness, to affection, passion, fun, and deep joy. Divine healing intelligence, please heal and regenerate my heart and all related organs to their maximum health, vitality, and well-being. And with that, we will close. I wish you the very best on this Monday or whenever you're watching it, if you watch it later. Much love, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.